Hey guys, it's your girl Judgy Justice, and I am back on live to go through my notes again. And we can do the quick roasting of Porsha Williams because, honey, Porsha girl, you in trouble, and I'm gonna write you off today. Um, Honestly, from the top, Portia's selfish. Okay, Portia's controlling, and Portia might be, a narcissist to some degree for the way that she's treating her family, treating Dennis, and treating everyone around her. And I think a lot of this show we're going to see that some of this stuff it seems like it was coming at her, and these things are karma. So let's get into it. Hold on tight. We'll be getting started in a moment. So you guys were probably on my previous stream of this. We're going back. We're going to go back through our notes together and just roast Portia. Because one thing is that I ended that stream, so we can hop over to this stream, and that stream we're going to edit up with this one, and then keep giving you guys good content, and even put together more of this content together with Portia. Because if you want to be with Dennis, Portia, just say it. If that's the man of your dreams, just claim it and just go be with him. Because she still doesn't want him to have a girlfriend, be with anybody else, be interested in anyone else. She still wants to have his eye, which is giving me like kind of some creepy like Mia vibes, because the way Mia answered was like, your man couldn't look me in the eye. Like, girl, he didn't want to look you in the eye. Why does he need to look you in the eye? Y'all know each other from somewhere? So that's the vibes I got, because I know like they were living fairly close to each other, because I know like basically Wendy lives in like Westminster, like right above Baltimore, and Mia was living in Baltimore. So let's keep going. Simon also was very creepy when he came to her barbecue, because again, it's a barbecue. This is going to be the family event, because she already had the event with her friends at the club. And Simon in the window, creeping up, looking over here, like, child, stop playing. Child, stop playing. You in that tight jacket, that tight jean jacket. And somebody in my last life was like, he's 65 years old wearing a jean jacket. I don't know 65-year-old men that wear jean jackets and it's too small, like 2 sizes too small. Like, guys, there were people who are saying that it looked like that was one of Pilar's jackets, baby PJ's jackets. That was his. And I don't understand why you would want to like wear that. He's wearing these saggy pants, and he's like trying to, I don't know what to call it, like be like, he's dressing like an F-boy, honestly. That's what it was to me. So, in order for Dennis, like again, they're at the event already, at the house, barbecue, eating ribs, yada yada yada. Lauren said, to Dennis, hey, you could bring a date if you want the Sunday thing, because it's just family, it's fine. Dennis still doesn't bring a date, but Porsha was like, no, he can't bring a date. Girl, bye. Let that man bring a date. If you want to bring a date, why does that matter to you? Are you that insecure that this man can't bring nobody else here? I do that age them old ninjas be trying to coordinate with them 2-piece outfits and Stacey Adams sandals. That's hilarious. So again, like, I don't understand why you're trying to like, fight people on this. It doesn't make sense. And then when Simon's at the table and like they're asking him like, the questions about him and, about the wives and all that stuff. And he's like, after hundreds of hours of therapy, that's a particular number to choose. Because again, most therapists you see maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that. most people don't recommend doing once a month because that's not enough to really work through some things if you're in therapy. But even if you do once a week, they take like certain weeks off. They have vacation time. So like even if the max is like 50 weeks, we'll say you meet with your therapist. So that means you're going for years of therapy at that point, which I don't blame people if they're going to it and they need it. But the way he's trying to come off about it is like he did it to help those other women. He didn't do it for himself. He did it to help those women because Simon is a rescuer. He rescues women. I don't understand. If you crazy as hell, you see him every other day. Exactly. It's either he's crazy or he's actually or he's the sane person that's supporting these women, these poor women that he is rescuing. Andy, thanks for joining back on the live. We cut the other one, so we're hopping onto this one. So thank you so much for supporting. So I just can't get over it. It's like, then that's giving me more like vibes that he's a narcissist because that's, time that narcissists would like use, and he's trying to spin it as a different thing. And we already know he's a user based off of his own wife's testimony about their experience with Simon. Now, I know some people will be like, well, those women could be lying, but I'm sorry. If 3 people are telling me the same thing about somebody, you kind of want to believe them if they've known that person in an intimate way. And then also at the table, like they're talking about, oh, well, we don't want no issues with like Simon and Dennis and them getting back together and all this other stuff. And he's like, no, like me and him, we're fine, we're cool. Dennis is my dog. I know him from, and it's like, but wasn't in the last episode you saying you don't know Dennis? You don't know that man? So it's like Porsha and you a liar? God damn it. If y'all both a liar. So as we move along, everybody starts crying at the table, talking about like, I'm so happy for her. She's finally found a man, da 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 da. And I'm like, y'all are gonna sit up here. Y'all really gonna sit up here and try and act like this is the man for her. This is the man that you guys as a family, as a collective, dream that she would be with. You dreamed of her being a 4th wife to a 65-year-old man. You dreamed about her being technically still a mistress because he's cheating right now. Even though he, like some people are like, oh, well, he put the paperwork in, he didn't. No, if he's still married legally and you are sleeping with him and you are parading him around like he is your man, and ma'am, he is not your man yet. At that point, he was not your man yet. Like, that's disgusting. And also, because if he really had that much respect for her, that much dignity, that much love, that much care for her, then why would you actually allow that person that you love and care so much to be dogged like that on social media? Because you knew the optics wasn't right, sir, when you was doing it with her. That's why y'all was sneaking around the Regis allegedly for a year. It's not, the optics don't look good. So why would you want to keep being with this person in that way? It doesn't make no goddamn sense to me. Because I wouldn't want to do that. And then as we keep going along this story, then Porscha's grandma, some loner D trash can. Gosh. No, I'm telling you, like, it's basically borrowed. At this point, Simon is a recycling bin. And to me, like, I'm not saying like everybody has this, but usually there's a certain control level with men who choose to be with women 30 plus, younger than them, like 30 plus age gap. Like, there's something wrong. There's something damaged usually. And there's something that they are unable to get within their own age group. I'm not saying there isn't some happy couples out there. I'm not. But majority of them is those reasons. If they have that 30 plus age gap. So as we move along, I'm just throwing Dennis under the bus. She's like, well, because I'm happy Portia's not going to end up with someone like Dennis, because I had a son that was like Dennis and, liked women a lot. And people like, Grandma, all men like women. And Gina has to stand up for her son and be like, no, he likes women, but no, he's not a cheater. He's not that. He's not a womanizer. And so I appreciate that, because again, that's something motherly. You don't let your son get disrespected like that, especially by another woman if he's not married. You, as a mother, you could step in and say, hold up, woman, you're not going to say that about my son. Because again, what they say about her son is a reflection on Miss Gina. So I don't understand why they're going to keep doing that. And then I did like the dig of Gina, who said, cheating in the eyes of the Lord, because Gina was crying because she was happy for Porsha. She was happy for Porsha to move on and leave her damn son alone. Because I think, honestly, Gina saw the writing on the wall, because that's what they say about some women. Women have this intuition about another woman when they see them in person, and they're like, no, I don't like your wife, or I don't like this, she's not good enough for you, all these other things. Some of it's real, some of it's like they want their son to grow up. But some of the time, they're spot on. And honestly, at the case of where Porsha is at right now, Miss Gina was spot on. And also, I love Dennis and Lauren's relationship. It really gives like brother and sister relationship as they move along. Ooh, a little thirsty. So as we move along, Porsha and Dennis, not Porsha, Lauren and Porsha are at the house, and they're looking for something for her to wear, because she's going to go meet up with her baby daddy, Dennis, to talk about, what's going on. And the girl's dress she picked out, she's like, oh yeah, Stephen loves these dresses on me, and he bought the whole collection. Ma'am, those dresses are ugly. Those dresses are ugly. They're not fashionable. They're not giving anything. They are ugly, utterly ugly. And she has the nerve to ask this man, he's sitting at the table, be like, oh, are you gonna pull out my chair? And I think that was actually her assertion of power over this man, because ma'am, you could have pulled your own chair. You didn't have to try and make this man get up to come. That wasn't right. And then as we move along, he goes ahead and he's like, all right, I'll pull the chair out, blah, blah, blah. They sit down. And then he's like, well, you can't actually be with someone and be okay with someone if we just broke up, and then you're with someone and you're getting engaged right after, because your arm don't even heal in 120 days. So how does your heart heal that quickly if you're so in love with me? That dress was so ugly. I agree. It was hideous. And you're telling me you have more of those? You need to give those away. I'd kick the chair out from under the table. Hey, there you go. Boom. I can see you doing it though too. I can see you doing that, because literally it was like, are you serious right now? So he puts it out there. He puts her out there. He said, but we broke up in January. And she's like, hold up, because she knows the camera is rolling. Hey, Mocha Rain. Hi, how are you? And she knows the camera is rolling at this point. And she's asking, and he's like, we broke up in January. So Dennis has been getting in them goods. So the first thing she was saying, they broke up in July, and they hadn't been together. But then now this episode is, oh, we've been off and on again since July. So just say the truth. Dennis been getting in them goods. He been digging deep in them guts. And then we're at Fogo de Chao, which is my favorite thing to eat. I love Fogo de Chao. I love Double Eagle Steakhouse. So delicious. And then Dennis, Porsha Porsha, trying to produce a moment, says, "Oh, but Lauren told me that you think that I'm still in love with you." And Dennis is like, he says it in like this suave way. He's like, "I know you're still in love with me." I'm like, "Ooh, sir." So and then she's like, "Well, I can't be with you because of the way you treated me." And he's like, that was 2 years ago. You still mad about that? He's like, "Yeah, because cheating on me, that was such a dark thing when I was so vulnerable." Ma'am, cut the theatrics, because you was just asking that man for a ring. You got engaged to that man still after he cheated on you. You forgave him. So you can't, that's the thing I don't understand about this forgiveness and then take awayeth. This Indian giveth like type of stuff of like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you this and take it away." Like, that's so wrong. If you really forgave this man, then forgive this man so we all can move on. But why is Dennis cheating so bad, but then Simon's cheating is not that bad? So that doesn't make sense. And then her saying like Simon respects her enough, and he enjoys her ideas, and he talks to her and all. I'm like, ma'am, who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? Because this isn't it. I'm not the person. I am not going to be fooled, because you are what? A dumb. Shut up. Like, I don't understand why you want to even go that direction with yourself. Because again, if he loved you, if he cared about you, he respected you enough. If he respected you as a woman, guess what he would have done? He would have divorced his wife, allegedly back in September when he was meeting up with you in the Regis. He would have made sure that when y'all came out, everything had already been finalized. He would have made sure that at least he had separation stuff in place for you guys to be together. Not what he's doing right now, which is so wrong. And then when she leaves, when they finally get up and leave, and she's like, "Oh, you want to leave?" Ma'am, you know damn well he already paid the bill and he ready to go. And then y'all leaving, and you're like, "Oh, you was snooping. You trying to snoop in his phone. He looking at something." And we saw her neck kind of go over. He's like, "Oh, you just going to pull up a naked picture right now while I'm..." And it's like, why would it be a naked picture? Out of all the things, you're like, "Oh, he pulled up a naked picture just to do that." Not, and that doesn't even make sense. So you're trying, because I think she's trying to insinuate that Dennis wants her back and like develop this triangle, when really it's her flip-flopping between the two. And the common denominator is her trying to play both sides. So as we move along, he actually asked, we move on to the next scene. I'm going to leave all the other stuff because I don't really care about that Simon voice, them talking. It was just gross. Hey, I'm good, everyone. Glad to have made it. Been waiting to see the mashup. I haven't missed much. No, you haven't missed much at all with this one. We are going to be hopping off soon, because as soon as I'm done recapping with them, I'm going to be hopping on like Tisa Tells, the Alex's channel, Alex TV, Real TV, and also Kempire. So I'm going to be going through a lot of people's lives today, trying to like build this channel up. So remember, if you guys are like, "Damn, why haven't we seen her come up on my search engine? Why haven't this? Why isn't anybody talking about her?" Guess what, guys? You didn't share my shit. All right, that's what happens. If you care about me, share my shit. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Facebook. Get people over here so they can check out what awesome content we have. So moving on, we're at like the Aunt Liz and the shaman, and according to Porsha's cousin, Charmin. I'm like, Charmin, that's some toilet paper. That's toilet paper. Girl. And the woman's like, "No, I'm a shaman, like a healing woman." I'm like, ugh. And then Aunt Liz is hilarious in this one. She's like, Aunt Liz was like, "Oh, I feel it." And, because the shaman had called in spirits to help, mediate the situation. And she's like, "Man, we Black people," in her commercial, she's like, "We Black people, we believe in demons." You can't be having no demons around you. You calling over all this spirits. And she just starts saying, oh, Holy Spirit. Oh, child. Oh, I rebuke you in the name. I'm like, ma'am, that was perfect TV, honestly. That was a perfect moment. And so then another thing is that we move on to after that little healing moment, we go to Porsha actually meeting with Gina, because they're planning out these trips. They're planning out these moments for them to all get together for the resort and do this family trip, because that's now the direction of the show. It's no longer going to be the hot girl babe. It's not going to be Simon's and her engagement and high profile life. And it's not going to be really around her friends, because honestly, that room was empty for a birthday party in Atlanta. And that's the place you from. And nobody came out. Nobody came out supported. And from what we're hearing from like other YouTubers, including Tisa Tells, because I like to cite my sources, and what her sources are telling her is that people come out and support Atlanta. They support Black-owned businesses. They support this. They support that. But Porsha doesn't come out and support their events, and Porsha doesn't contribute a lot to when they're organizing and donating to things. She doesn't do that. So that's why she's not really invited to a lot of these galas and events, because she doesn't support them and they won't come out for her. So I really enjoy how I really enjoyed how Gina is standing up for her son. Again, as a mother, I couldn't see myself allowing some old woman, disrespect my son. I couldn't see that happening, and I'm just gonna let my son sit there. I'm gonna say something to you, like, no, that's not true. And Portia's trying to insinuate that when Gina corrected Portia's grandmother, that she was being disrespectful to her, not the fact that your grandmother was being disrespectful to Simon. Now, I'm not saying old people have to wash their mouth because they're going to get, but honestly, you can't go around disrespecting people and then expect other people to respect you. This doesn't work like that. And then for Porsha to think that this is the moment to try and check Gina when you guys don't have that type of relationship, she should have just let it go. If you didn't speak up in the moment and try and correct it because you knew at that table that Miss Gina would have said all your business to your family, that's why you didn't correct her then. So that's what it's really given. And then when she apologized, Miss Gina's like, oh, I get an apology now. I do need Miss Gina to fix her wig, because the wig that she was wearing there and the wig she wore in the confessionals gave us two different people. Now, I know like me not wearing makeup is different than when I wear makeup, but that was two different people. And Porsha trying to say this, there's like this built up, like trying to add drama to the situation, because I know definitely at this confessionals points that all this is already played out, and she's trying to say like justify the actions that are going to come, where she allegedly attacks Gina, Dennis's mom, Pilar's grandmother, and she's saying built up energy. She's this built up energy against me. She's just against me. And it's like, ma'am, you're not, like, you dragged her son through the streets. You're trying to say that y'all was together longer than y'all were. You honestly, you happen in the bed with people and you don't know them like that, to happen in the bed and getting pregnant and then trying to produce a life and then push a lifestyle on someone. Those things take time. So, and to be at that point, a 37, 38-year-old woman pushing your lifestyle on someone else is unacceptable. So then Gina put her out there, and she's like, well, yeah, because about yeah, she said about him cheating. Yeah, but he's not the only one that cheated. I was like, damn. Whew. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then Porsha like, oh, how you know that? And Miss Gina came through with the receipts. On it, and was just like, your mother, Miss Diane, said it. Oh, you saying Miss Diane put her out there? No. Oh my gosh. So saying that Gina said that Porsha cheated on him back in March of 2020. And that's when the relationship really started to go downhill, because he couldn't accept whoever she was sleeping with, messing with, or whatever. So I'm not sure what you guys think, but that was enough for me. Because now it's been put out here on Porsha's own spinoff, because they didn't edit it out, that she cheated. And I wish that she would at least dressed it a little bit better in the confessionals or something. But either that she did and they cut it out, or they just didn't want her to, and they wanted to build up this drama. So overall, they were able to be bygones, and Gina accepted the invitation. And Lauren's trying to get Dennis to come. And if you go back to the dinner, he was saying that he wants his stuff back, his Versace robe, he has this. And Lauren looks like at the end, for what's going to come, she is going to go and sneak into this man's house and sneak into her sister's house and go steal this robe, which to me is giving like basically that Gina, Dennis, and Lauren are all not playing into Porsha's games anymore. And Lauren also made it very clear in her confessional that she no longer works for Porsha, and that her and Porsha are just business partners for the Go Naked hairline. So I think we're also going to see a little bit of revenge come out of Lauren, I think, during this season, during these episodes, because Lauren put up with a lot of ish. A lot of her sister's attacks to her mentally, emotionally, probably physically too, because we know that Porsha is a violent person from the 3-4 fights that she seems to not be able to wait till offline. So again, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to see whether the optics are for this robe being stolen. And then I didn't really appreciate the way Porsha at that dinner table was like, oh, well, I don't have to be here for a robe or because of a robe and stuff. And Dennis is like, I'll leave. I'll go. And honestly, I think at that point, the producers already knew that Dennis leaving, they didn't have that much drama else. So I really want to see what are they going to play out on these next few episodes. Because again, I don't know exactly when this show ends. And also I wanted to get into just like a small little recap about her book side of things, because the book is going in one way and this Porsha Family Matters is going in another way. And in the book, she's talking about how she's this abused person, essentially. And I just don't understand how and I don't appreciate how she's really trying to separate herself in the book, like she's different from other R. Kelly victims. And trying to make it sound like she was his girlfriend. And it just made me more disgusted, because at this point, I know she's like this is the early 2000s, but it's like the rumors already came out. He already been charged of this. Videos were out. All of this. I'm not going to go into that because, like, I really don't want to mess with the YouTube algorithm and get my videos into that description. But you say that you don't know, you can't eat. Nobody fed you. You had to leave out and sneak and go eat, and we were worried that you would be put out in the middle of the night. But then in the next chapter, you're like, I'm a boss bitch and I own my businesses. So it's either you're broke or you're not, Porsha. It's either you were a victim or you're not. Because then she's saying that, oh, I was his girlfriend and I was planning on having children with him. And I'm like, you were planning on having children with him and he has women locked up in the house? And y'all like, oh, well, one woman's sleeping, these girls are sleeping in studios, random rooms, not able, and it is so disgusting to me. And then I think, honestly, I'm really starting to believe that the federal prosecutors, when they were running through all of these things, trying to build up this racketeering charges against him, and I agree, Porsha comes off just trash to me. I agree. That when they were building this case, that's when they found out, because they're going through these books, they're going through these letters, and then they're going through all these things, and they're seeing, okay, there was a flight paid for by Robert Kelly, because you have to put your real name for these flights. Porsha Williams, because she wasn't being privately, like, private, even though private plane, you have to write your name in a book to fly and stuff. So Porsha flew out to him, and 2 more times after. So you're telling me that, honestly, that you came up with stuff right now. You didn't feel like you needed to say any of this stuff before. Glad to hear. I'm trying to keep cool. Want to swap for a few days? Mocha Rain, you guys are hilarious. I love you guys. I love you guys in my channel. So the optics aren't right overall for these stories. I'm not feeling like, and honestly, her story, I'm not saying like it's a bad book or it should be burned and used for firewood for hobos or whatever. I'm saying that it's not written well, and it's a very confusing tale. And honestly, it may be my own personal taste, but most of the time when I read people's autobiographies, it's usually a story where you end up rooting for the person in a sense. You want them to come out on the other side. You want them to succeed and overcome. But some of it was strange stories that didn't make sense. And it was strange stories that didn't seem plausible either. I know life is, crazier than fiction, but it didn't seem plausible. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'm getting ready. Where the heck was this information when R. Kelly was on trial, Porsha? Exactly. What I want to know is why the hell did Porsha not speak up when R. Kelly was on trial? I think what it was is that Porsha, the federal government came to Porsha, investigated her because her name came up. And they've already built up that she was there at those times. She was there. It sounded like she was there for months, the first over course of time. So I think Porsha did not speak up because, again, she did not want to be affiliated with the R. Kelly trial. And now that it's time to sell books and make money, she wants to put it out there because they're not done with R. Kelly. They might be done with him there in New York, but he has other cases here in Chicago. In Chicago and also in Atlanta at state level. So his time isn't over yet. So I think she's trying to get ahead of those proceedings because the states will be able to use some of the evidence that the federal government turns over to them in their own investigations. So for me, I honestly, collectively, I'm confused what Porsha's doing. I'm confused about her stopping all these bags, and I'm hoping that she comes to her senses soon. And I also wanted to talk about this Tamara Hall's interview, because Tamara Hall's dragged her. She dragged her perfectly. Like, poor girl didn't even knew that she was getting dragged on the show. Poor baby. Poor ma'am. Like, you didn't even know you were getting dragged. And I don't understand who, like, saying that, we're Southern, we like to do this. And she's like, oh, I'm Southern too. She's like, oh, we bought a house. And she's like, y'all just hooking up. So essentially that's what Tamara Halls was saying to her. But like in a mean way. So I think really what it comes down to is that Porsha is trying to separate herself from Simon as we move along, but also keep it interesting where we keep seeing Simon, because I didn't really appreciate when I saw on Porsha's channel, on Porsha's feed posting of Pilar being held by Simon Gobadia. And literally, I don't see why would you, like you say, you don't know this man, you're still trying to get to know him on Tamara Hall, but then you're going to post a picture of him holding a child. Now, I'm not sure if he's actually holding the child, just take a picture, or if he's holding Pilar ransom until he gets a season 2 contract for Porsha Family Matters. Kim Pike did a video on Tamara Hall interview with Porsha, and I agree, Judgy. I would not let that man hold my child. Exactly. And it's giving very creepy vibes. It's not giving like genuine vibes because again, where are your children? Where have your children been, Simon? Because I don't see any pictures of you getting them every weekend. I don't see you getting them even every month. The only one that he has was the youngest one, which he had with his mistress, is the only one we see sometimes around. Come on now. I feel like she's trying to be Dennis. I agree. I think she's trying to build more drama for the show because again, this is very convenient posting right before the show comes on. And I think that she's really not over Dennis. Like, and also Simon wasn't there for any of these shows. He wasn't there for her last week when World Watch What Happens Live. He wasn't on there. He wasn't in the crowd for Tamara Hall's. He hasn't been on any of her book tours. It's not fair, honestly, to me, that this man who says that he loves her, says that he cares, says that she even says that he's there for her and he respects her, but you can't show up for not one of her business functions. Because I haven't seen him at any of them. She's been doing live, she's been posting these videos of her signing books, and Simon's nowhere to be seen. But where Simon can be seen is actually in a club, in that same club that he had Porsha's birthday party at, with a rando, and laughing at the show as it's going on. And it's like, sir, you can't do this. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Like, he doesn't support. Yes, you say it better than me. Simon does not support Porsha. He doesn't. Because like you don't even post about her book. Did you post about her book? Y'all reusing some of these older photos, because that picture of Pilar in that dress was actually a Thanksgiving photo. I wish I had it up here. But let's look. So that dress and stuff, unless like, I'm tripping, that dress looks fairly similar. I'm gonna put it up here to that dress that he was wearing with Simon. So it looks like to me, Porsha is trying. Hold on, let me dim down my light real quick. Porsha is trying to actually reuse pictures from Thanksgiving that she did not post. So, would I be surprised if Porsha and him haven't been together since Thanksgiving? No. Because again, what she posted was her party picture, which it makes sense. Oh yeah, But you have no other recent pictures of you and your soon-to-be husband because you're Mrs. Gobadia. And then she doesn't post about him at all. And all these pictures that she does post are old photos. They're not new photos. These are all old. I feel like we agree on a lot of things. Me too. So this picture you're seeing of Porsha actually is when they're on the trip. So that's one of her outfits. This is actually him in that small toddler 2T size jacket. And this is the grandma. And we saw her wear this in this episode. We saw her wear this. So maybe I need sorry. I'm getting used to this. So this is something she was wearing then to the thing. So this is the same outfit that he was wearing. So again, no new photos of Simon. These are all photos of them at that time that she's recycling for the sake of this. Yes, it's a toddler jacket. That joint looked tight. I thought he was the Hulk for a second. Like, he's going to be like, Hulk smash. But like Porsha's now doing more promotions for a book, but she's posting about things, and I really want to see overall what is the optics for this. Oh yeah, and then I hear that her sheets are scratchy. So I'm not sure where she sourced her sheets from, but a lot of people say her sheets are scratchy. They're not worth the money. If you go to the website, it doesn't even feel like it's a real website. It's like one of those Instagram sites that, the IG models make. And she's like, there's no such thing as too luxurious. Ooh, let me turn down my brightness for you guys. I think that maybe make it better. Let's try it again. I gotta get used to this. So, again, I don't see a thread count on this. I think people want Porsha to do well. She keeps making dumb moves. Exactly. You stop in your own bags at this point. The thread counts are not even that great. It's giving, let's see. And then I wouldn't even buy her sheets because on her own website it says pampered by Porsha luxurious feel sheet set. Return and exchanges. If you return within 30 days of shipment, so that's not even when you get it. That's whenever they ship it. And I'm not sure what their shipping is. It could be 3 days, could be 5 days, could be next day, but 30 days from that point of the date they ship it, we will provide a full refund. And you can't even open the package or touch them or feel them. So you're not even they don't want it back if you touched them and you didn't like it. So that's not even really like yeah. How can you not have nice sheets too, especially if you got money, even if you make them? Yeah, I don't think they're really nice sheets because who because like she's saying product needs to be untouched in the original package. Like even Ross and Marshalls, if you return sheets, if they don't fit right or you don't like the touch of them or whatever, as long as they're not jacked up and messy or like, something's wrong or there's an odor, they're going to take those sheets back. But Pampered by Porsha, oh, it has to be in this brand new package because guess what they're going to do? They're going to take them same sheets and send them off to someone else. My Kmart sheets look better. Exactly. And like they're not even special colors or anything. They're like red, yellow, blue. Like it's not all that, guys. It really isn't. Um she's trying really hard to sell these, but they're in these plain colors. There's no designs, there's no like anything that's making these things look special. Like she actually really crafted them. It's giving me like she ordered them off of Alibaba. IKEA sheets look better than that. Exactly. And then she hasn't even posted about the thread count of these. Most of the time, if you're up on your sheet game, you look at the thread count. These are not, giving a thread count at all. And I'm trying to figure out if like there's anything here to see, but literally, let's look. Let me just pick one. I'm sure there's like aqua sheets. They're $60. And guess what? No description of the thread count. Because to me it's cheap. So guys, I'm rounding this off at 45 minutes. All in all, it comes out in this episode, just a quick recap. I think the episode was a 7. I don't think there was that much drama. I do think that, I enjoyed really Dennis's reaction and Mama Gina's reactions to it all that's helping out. They look rough like Alkia. No, not rough. I know, but there's no thread count. Usually people put a thread count if they're nice sheets. So like, especially for $60, ma'am. IKEA sheets are better than that. So all in all, I give this episode a 7 overall. I think it was a pretty solid episode. I think it gave us a little bit. I really am looking forward to more of this Gina and Porsha match because Porsha really wants to outright treat this woman bad because you already saw her curse at her at the table. And John Jean was like, hold up, you ain't gonna be cursing at me, showing her that Detroitness. Like, you ain't gonna be doing that with me. And then we've already seen Porsha trying to frame this as if Mama Gina is just attacking her for no reason, that she's never done anything wrong to Dennis, and that Dennis, like, play the victim in a sense. Porsha's book, I'm waiting to like read more of the reviews from actual people that read other books and see how that, those optics look. And then Porsha has no class. Exactly. None. Exactly. None at all. But I'm going to be hopping over to Alex's Real TV because I sit on that panel. And then I'm going to be hopping over to Empire, helping him out on that panel. And then I'll be rounding off at like Tisa Tells, hopefully, if like I don't pass out. So thank you guys so much for supporting your girl through all these lives. Yeah, she is reading her book. So like Tisa's reading her book. There's a couple other YouTubers and other people that are giving recaps of their books. So I'm trying to build my own general theory off of it because honestly, I don't really want to go buy that book because then I just want to be able to because I need to be able to read it real quick and then go return it because I want my money back. I would rather spend it on a whole bunch of other things. And maybe that's what I'll do in my next live is like, what other things could you buy besides Porsha's book? Because I could probably name off a list of other things I would rather waste my money on. Thanks, Justice. Keep up the great work. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And yes, Tisa is awesome. So thanks, guys, so much. I'm rolling out. Love you guys. Love you guys. And I hope to see you guys on the other lives because I'm going to be on Alex's Real TV next, then Kempire, and then Tisa Tells to round off the night. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. And give me a second. I'm like still slow at this. I'm trying to play out my music out.